Hello pupils, you are welcome to General Studies class. I am Uncle Popo. Uncle Popo is here. I am also here. That's your response at home. We are here together. 100% attention. 100% attention is what I need from you. Today's topic is a very simple one. And the subject for today is physical and health education. Physical and health education. In today's lesson, let me start with this. When I say judo, see the way you have to do it the way I give it to you. When I tell you judo, you tell me gentle way. When I say judo, you tell me gentle way. And now say gentle way, you tell me judo. This is judo, this is gentle way. And you need to frown your face. Let's go. Judo, you say gentle way. Judo, gentle way. Gentle way, then you say judo. Good. Our topic is judo. And you will really enjoy it. But before that, looking at this picture, you see a young judo fighter. So we'll talk more about it today. But before that, let's look at the learning objectives. By the end of the lesson, you should be able to discuss the history of judo. 2, mention skills and rules of judo. And you should be able to list the benefits of judo. So let's discuss martial arts because judo is under martial arts. Martial arts are various fighting sports used for self-defense. Martial arts, what are martial arts? Martial arts are various fighting sports used for self-defense. And we have examples. There are more than 170 martial arts. More than 170 martial arts. And few examples here we have judo that we are treating as a topic today. We have karate and we have jiu-jitsu, we have taekwondo and many others. Martial arts come from different regions around the world, with many originating from China, Japan, and Korea. Those are the major countries where martial arts were originated from. Now, our focus, judo. You know, I told you judo. You responded, you said gentle way. Judo is a Japanese language and it means gentle way. It means what? Gentle way. Judo means gentle way in Japanese. It is a martial art created in Japan by Jigoro Kano in 1882. Don't worry about the name. It's just a martial art created in Japan by Jigoro Kano in 1882. It was derived from the ancient techniques of jiu-jitsu. It is the most widely practiced martial art in the world and the second most practiced sport worldwide behind soccer. Judo, I know to some is not very popular to some of us, especially in Nigeria, but let me tell you the real fact, it is the second most practiced sport worldwide behind soccer. You know, soccer, football, judo too is very popular. And it was derived from jiu-jitsu. Next is judo joins taekwondo as only Asian martial arts sports. Judo joins taekwondo as the only Asian martial arts sports included in the Olympic Games. You know, Olympic Games takes place every 4 years, and we have different sports. In Olympic Games, we had only taekwondo, but now they also involved in judo as a sport in Olympic Games. Taekwondo is there, judo is also there in Olympic Games. Men's judo debuted in Olympics in 1964. That was the first time judo was debuted in Olympics. That was in 1964. Then later, women's judo followed in 1992. So later, women's judo also featured in Olympics in the year 1992. Let's move on. These are the pictures of the judo fighters. You can see them, the young ones. So we'll look at more of them and see what it's all about. A judo match takes place on a mat with 3 referees officiating. How many referees? 3 referees officiating. It takes place on a mat with 3 referees. You can see when I say mat, we are referring to this type. It's not your thinking or your imagination should not be on your local mat. You can see this surface we are seeing here is in form of mats. That's what we are referring to. So these are the fighters, and we have the referee. Don't forget, 3 referees are officiating judo. Don't forget, we are still learning, because some of you had already taken full concentration on the video you are watching. A student practicing judo is called a judoka. It's called who? A judoka. Like you are listening to it, you are not a judoka because you are not practicing judo. You are just learning about judo. So a student practicing judo is called a judoka. A judo teacher is called sensei. Say that. Sensei. I know some of you are saying, what's this uncle saying? Sensei, that's the instructor. The teacher of the judo is called sensei. And a student practicing judo is called a judoka. So meaning, what's the meaning of sensei? Meaning one who came before. That's the meaning. One who came before. Judo was first practiced by the samurai and feudal warrior classes. Judo was first practiced by the samurai and feudal warrior classes. Judo is an intense physical sport and powerful means of self-defense. It's an intense physical sport and powerful means of self-defense. Judo does not involve kicking. You don't kick in judo. Does not involve punching. No, you don't do that in judo. Does not involve striking, and does not use weapons or equipment. You don't use weapons. You don't use maybe any weapon you are not allowed to use. So judo does not involve kicking, does not involve punching or striking, and does not use weapons or equipment. Rather, 2 individuals, what do they use if you don't involve ourselves in punching and striking? The 2 individuals, the judo fighters, use balance, how you are stable on the floor. They use power, they use movement, they use gripping of the opponent's judo uniform to try to subdue one another. When fighting, they use balance, they use power, they use movement, they use gripping of the opponent's judo uniform to try to subdue one another, to overcome, to conquer the opponent. Mastery of judo techniques takes considerable time, effort. If you want to master judo, it takes time, your effort, your energy, and the rigorous physical and mental training. You need to be really trained to be the master of judo. What are the techniques and skills practiced in judo? Techniques and skills practiced in judo. 1. lifting and throwing opponents onto their back. Lifting and throwing opponent onto their back. That's one of the skills and techniques. 2, pinning opponent down to the ground. You pin the opponent down to the ground. Some of you that watch wrestling will know what I mean by pinning. Pinning opponent down to the ground. Next is controlling opponent. There's a way you control your opponent, the way you drag to make sure your opponent is under your control. Next is applying different choke holds or joint locks until submission. You try to overpower the opponent until submission. Now let's look at judo rules on safety. What are the rules? Number 1, the rules regarding safety in judo are as follows. 1, intentionally harming an opponent is not allowed. Intentionally harming an opponent is not allowed. Don't do that in judo. 1 cannot punch or kick his opponent. You don't punch, you don't kick. I've said that. You cannot touch the opponent's face. That's another rule. You don't touch the opponent's face. Attacking the joints other than elbows is not allowed. Benefits of judo. 1, developing physical fitness. That's one benefit. It makes you to develop physically. Growth in strength and flexibility. That's another benefit. Growth in strength and flexibility. Next is increased speed and agility. Increased speed and agility is another benefit of judo. 4 is greater endurance. Indeed, many students become bigger, stronger, and faster through their judo practice beyond the physical. So judo students learn to control their feelings. Aside the physical benefits, we also have this benefit. It controls their feelings, emotions, and impulses. How to overcome their fears. That's another benefit aside from physical one. It helps them to show courage in the face of pressure or fear. And the value of a solid work ethic. In today's lesson, we have successfully talked about martial arts. Martial arts are various fighting sports used for self-defense. And under martial arts, we talked about judo. We have different martial arts that we have. Techniques and skills practiced in judo: lifting and throwing opponent onto their back, pinning opponent down to the ground. Judo rules: you were told that intentional harming an opponent is not allowed. 1 cannot punch or kick his opponent. That's another rule. And you cannot touch the opponent's face. Benefits of judo: developing physical fitness, growth in strength and flexibility, increase in speed and agility. It's time to test you and see how you have devoted or how you have given me your 100% attention in today's class. Question: judo in Japanese means dash. I think we did that in the first when we started. What's the meaning? Judo in Japanese means dash. You tell me. 2, what are martial arts? And 3, write 3 physical benefits of judo. Your time starts now. Eyes on me. Uncle Popo is there. I believe you are still there. Let's look at the answers. Judo in Japanese means gentle way. Judo, gentle way. 2, what are martial arts? Martial arts are various fighting sports used for self-defense. Physical benefits of judo: developing physical fitness, growth in strength and flexibility, increased speed and agility. Mark accordingly and score yourself. We have come to the end of today's lesson. Until next time, next lesson, Uncle Popo says, keep on studying. Bye.